Hello, welcome to Easy Meal Maker. This app is designed to allow you to create custom meals very easily for yourself, family and friends. So it answers the question, what shall I cook tonight or tomorrow night or night after and so on. Before diving into the details, let me just say this is a totally free app. We do not ask for your name or email. There is no registration or subscription required. We fund this through a group of Amazon affiliate links where we've identified useful products, ingredient products, books that's helpful for the home cook. Those links take you to Amazon where you can purchase items. We do not know what you've purchased. All that happens is if you do purchase an item from one of those links, we receive a small commission. And that commission in no way affects the price you pay to Amazon. In fact, we know nothing about what you actually purchase. That's an arrangement between you and Amazon. All we know is that purchase has been made. So we do appreciate your support because that enables us to continue the development of this app. The other aspect before showing you the actual details is you'll notice at the bottom of the screen, there's a small bar with a few icons. The home button takes you to this screen, the front screen. So no matter where you are in the app, you'll never be lost. The help takes you to a screen of fairly useful information for the home cook. So it's got typical cooking times, seasonal produce, flavor matching, very useful background information. Shopping is the area where we have the Amazon affiliate links, and legal is where we describe the affiliate, how it works. It also talks about your privacy and the copyrighted information. But let's dive in. Let's have a look at the application or the app itself. Essentially, you choose components. So the first question, and you can see this on the screen now, is how many people are you intending to cook for? Is it 2? And if I click on that, 4, 6, and 8. We'll continue with 2. That means when it generates the recipe for you, it'll be scaled properly for the numbers of servings you want. Then we look at what the main component of the meal will be. It's suggesting chicken, but if I click on that, you have beef, pork, lamb, fish, tofu. There are others as well, and I'll talk about those in a moment. So let's go across to, say, lamb. Then finally, you choose your cooking method. So it's suggesting grill. If we pop into there, you can see you've got roast, saute, stir fry. So we'll stay with grill for this stage. That's all you need to generate a full-featured recipe, which will include ingredients, the amounts, and also the instructions you need to follow, which you can then email to yourself or family and friends. But typically we add more to the meal. So if I come down further, you've got a number of options. You can add vegetables, a vegetable combination. So let's have a look at that. So these are different ways you can present vegetables. So just for this exercise, we'll go with steamed vegetables. Then you can choose a starch choice. And what we mean by that are potatoes, pasta, grains. So we'll have a look at it. We won't choose any this time round, but couscous could be an example, or potatoes or pasta, rice, and so on. So we'll choose nothing. And then you can choose up to 2 salads. So each have the common list. So if we pop into the first one, we might make a simple green salad. So what we've chosen, just going back over it now, we're going to have grilled lamb with some steamed vegetables, and we'll combine it with a simple green salad. We generate a meal. It's suggesting 28 minutes to cook. You'll probably be a bit quicker than that because it's assuming you'll do each component one after the other. There's a bit of introductory information about how to cook the various elements that you've chosen. I'll bypass through that. And then finally we come to the recipe that people are familiar with. So here's the protein component, which of course is the lamb. Here are the vegetables that you need for 2 people, that's suggesting. You don't have to have all these vegetables, but this is what it's suggesting for steamed vegetables. And you'll notice that under each vegetable, we've also included potential substitutes. We're not saying they're ideal substitutes, but you may turn out that you thought, oh, I don't have asparagus in the fridge, but hey, I have something else. And then the salad items for a typical green salad. The first recommendation is a fairly simple dressing of olive oil and lemon juice, which is extremely popular. But you'll see in the accompanying tips that there is actually, it can suggest, or it does suggest, a mustard vinaigrette as well. Okay, so now we're through the cooking instructions. This is how we prepare the lamb, the steamed greens, and the green salad. So as you can see, what it's doing is it's treating each of the ingredients and then the instructions as the separate components. You as the cook will probably, especially with experience, learn to do some of these things together. Quite commonly, for example, if you were baking something while the oven's heating, you might start preparing some of the salad. So there's a whole lot of suggested alternatives there you can do. There's also, if you want to cook for tomorrow's lunch, there's some repurposing ideas that come up. Then ultimately you can email that recipe to yourself or to family and friends. Just as a further piece of information, there are some flavor variations. So this is for future use. So if you're doing lamb again, you might look at a Mediterranean type finish or a Middle Eastern spice finish and so on. So that's pretty well how the component system works. You pick your components, you'd say how large the meal will be. So it could be 4 people or 6 people. What are we primarily choosing here? And if I just go back to the top, we can look at that again. How do I want to cook? That's the basics. Then what do I want to combine with that choice? Now, sometimes you're not in the mood for deciding I want to do lamb baked, for example. So what we have included to help you out, if I pop into the lamb, we've got some pre-prepared meals there where you get the complete recipe for that meal. And it's got a mixture of items, which we'll probably add to over time. So there's quick and easy, typical, some good breakfasts, classics, low carbs, low calories, family friendly. And there is some baking if you want to have a go at bread baking there. A bit of international, of course, international depends where you live, but we've put some into international. And we've also put in a bit of a fun category, retro. So there's a few retro dishes there, and to give you one of them, because of our interest, 1970s Australian. Now, any Australian who's old enough would be familiar with some of these, and not surprisingly, there's apricot chicken. So that's the program. Right turn here. It's as I said before, it's a totally free app. We do not ask for name or email. We're not. You don't have to subscribe. You don't have to register. But if you are interested in buying any of the products in the shopping area under Amazon, we certainly appreciate your support. So again, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.